Today I want to show you my favorite book in my library, and it's not at all a book that you can just recommend to anyone, but I'm going to show you the path you can take to get there. And it's right there, Less Than Nothing. There we go, Less Than Nothing. This 1,000-page book is filled with book darts and underlining, and I find it really useful to keep going back to. It's Zizek's Hegelian dialectical materialism and his ontology condensed at its most. Now, before we get there, there are two other paths you can take to Zizek. You can take the academic one, which is start with sublime object. Most people will say that. This lays the foundation for everything here. Or you could jump into how to read Lacan, which is a really easy to read primer that kind of gives you the foundation. I think the more fun way is to go with Looking Awry and Enjoy Your Symptom for the more Hollywood media critique that will whet your appetite for the rest that's here. And from there you go on to Metastases of Enjoyment to really get the psychoanalytic connection to fiction. But for Less Than Nothing, we want For They Know Not What They Do, which is drier, but this is the real start to getting to mature Hegel. And then Tarrying with the Negative, which is probably the best foundation to getting towards Less Than Nothing. It is more complicated than most of his writing. It's not hard to read, but it does take a little bit more understanding of classic philosophy than the rest of his work. Indivisible Remainder is tied to Schelling and also lays the foundation to getting there. You get a lot of great middle work with developing psychoanalysis with ticklish subject, fragile absolute, parallax view in particular. But your next one for focusing on Less Than Nothing is actually his doctoral dissertation, Most Sublime Hysteric. And you could start there since it's obviously what he did first, but I think it's more interesting in retrospect, personally. Now, the companion piece to Less Than Nothing is this one, Absolute Recoil. It's about 600 pages. And once you've read Less Than Nothing, this is probably where you want to go. Or no, this is definitely where you want to go. Afterwards, you have Incontinence of the Void and Sex and the Failed Absolute, which develop what he did in Less Than Nothing. And finally, reading Hegel is just a fantastic cherry on the top of all of this Hegel. So, yeah, and that's not even touching the Christian atheism side of Zizek or the political side of Zizek. But if you want to actually dig into something like this, you just need this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And we'll just stop there to get to that. So once you've done all that, you can start applying it to fiction. If you want to see that, give me a follow.